Good afternoon. This is Lance Bryce with Thrive Mortgage. Today is Tuesday, the 9th of June. I hope everyone is doing well and staying safe during these very trying times. A lot of activity in the bond market, a lot of activity in the stock market, all owing to that blockbuster non-farm payroll report that came out last week. We saw 2.5 million jobs added. Economists had predicted 7.5 million jobs lost. So that obviously put some ripples through the marketplace, that V-shaped recovery that we were all hoping for might actually be occurring. Now, there's a lot of fundamentals in that report, but even when you strip out some of the more negative news that was contained in it, you still can't strip away the fact that that's good news overall. And it does suggest that we could see a fairly resilient turnaround. That said, it put downward pressure on the bond market. That caused rates to increase this last week. Remember that bond prices move to the inverse of rates, which means when the bond market loses buyers to the stock market, as they did last week, wants those buyers back. And the way it does that is by lowering the price of those securities and by raising the yields paid on those securities. Those yields are our rates. That's a very overly simplified explanation of one of the reasons that you see bonds typically weaker when stocks are stronger. So in other words, bad news is typically good news and vice versa in this environment. And that's what we are seeing play out. The Fed is closing a 2-day meeting tomorrow, and they'll be releasing future Fed policy tomorrow. The market is very nervous about anything the Fed might say. And anything they might be voting on, and the very careful parsing of the language that they might produce tomorrow. For that reason, we saw the Dow down 300 points today as folks take some profits after last week's strong rally. That has enabled bonds to recoup nearly all of the losses from last week, mortgage bonds in particular. So we're now sitting at fresh lows. Everything I'm locking right now, for the most part, on a primary residence for a well-qualified buyer is in the twos. 3%, maybe a little bit more for folks that might have a little bit of a rocky road with regard to credit scores or ratios or loan amounts. Call me for those particulars. Every scenario is different. They need to be priced individually. And you can reach me as always at 210-260-9660 or online at brycehomeloans.com. Stay safe out there. God bless you all, and we'll talk to you soon.